In addition to the built-in reports in DDAM, there is also an ability to configure scheduled report generation. Now the way this works is that reports are configured in DDAM and a generation schedule is established. Now we can see here that there's some reports already set up on the system. For instance, we've got a daily DNS report which is going to be generated at 8 o'clock every day on weekdays. Now I can just look at this report to see how it's been set up. We can see it's currently enabled, so that means it will run every day. If we look at the charts and tables that have been configured, we can see that the query rate by type and the general query rate charts have been included, along with the top DNS clients and top DNS queries. And each one of these charts can be, charts or tables can be configured. So, for instance, the DNS queries by type, we're looking at the current week, but you could as well make it the current day or the previous week or previous day. And we can also do the breakdown by node as well, or select individual nodes that we're interested in. So quite a few options for each of the charts or tables. When we're looking at things like top DNS clients, we can specify how many to show, because if you've got hundreds of thousands of DNS clients, you could end up with a pretty big report. And we can add additional reports into this just by clicking Add and then selecting the chart or table that we want to include. So these, in this example, these 4 reports will actually appear within a single PDF document. The generation schedule, as we can see here, is currently set up so that this report will run on every weekday at 8 o'clock in the morning. But you could just as well specify individual days of the month as well, and the time to run it at. So this report will run at 8 o'clock every day. We can see at the status it's been successful. You can see when it was last run, and that means we can actually view the last report that was generated. So I'll just click on the View Report. It's going to open up into Adobe Acrobat. So let's just move the screen over. There we go. So now we can see this is what the report will look like, the daily DNS report. So there's the two graphs followed by the 2 tables that were configured on that report. Now we can force that report to run whenever we want. So we can actually click a Force Report Generation. We'll get a little warning. Just hit Force. That will run in the background. Generally it doesn't take very long. So we can see that the status is currently set to generating. I'll just do a refresh. Just do it again. There we go, now it's completed. And now we can actually view the report again. There we go. So we get obviously slightly different data this time because we're running it at a different time of day. Now once the report's been generated, you can view it from here, or you can also configure it to be published. So a publish method is what we use to publish reports, and a publish method basically specifies whether it will be emailed or stored in a directory somewhere. If we just look at the publish methods that are available, you can basically specify a local file system, which allows you to specify a local directory, which could be a drive letter on the network, or an NFS mounted file system, or SMTP mail, where you specify the mail credentials. And then you can specify the reports where this actually happens, which causes publish method to be used. So if we look at what's currently being configured, we've got a publish method here of email DNS team set up for all reports. So all of those reports that you saw on the Configured Reports tab will use this publish method, and they were basically going to be emailed to Stephen Vickers. I've got another publish method here which doesn't actually have any reports assigned. This one is going to generate emails addressed to myself, but as there's no reports selected, then nothing's going to happen. But I could actually select this and specify a report, for instance the daily, say the daily DNS report. and then save that. So that means now that because of the way that these publish methods have been defined, this guy Stephen Vickers is going to get all the reports emailed to him, whereas I'm only going to get the daily DNS report. And that will just pop up in my inbox every morning. So reports are really flexible and very useful.